Okay, here we are back inside Matrix Gold once again. Thanks for tuning in. Hope the videos are helping your designing process. If they are, please go ahead and smash that subscription button, tap on the notification bell, leave a like, and please, by all means, take 5 seconds to drop a comment down below. Really like to hear from you. Today what we're going to do is, there was a post on one of the Facebook groups about please try and design this. So I'm going to go ahead and try and design this real quick for you. There's a couple things here that I'm not 100% sure of, like right underneath the stone, which side is higher, which side is lower, this side here or this side with the diamonds going through. So I'll just kind of make that up as I go. And this here, the diamonds look like it goes into the shank where the metal is actually protruding out. So I'm not 100% sure if that's the way it is. And then also it looks like they rhodium plated, you know, we're at the top of these diamonds here. So the prongs are white and down below is yellow. That's probably not the best thing to do because those prongs, the rhodium plating will wear off very quickly and they'll be coming back in to have that rhodium plated every 6 months at least. But, you know, that's, I guess, whoever designed it wanted it that way. But anyway, we'll just go ahead and get going on this. So let's go to our tools and we'll just grab a ring rail and we'll start there. I'll go ahead and switch to my creation layer here, yellow. We'll go back to curves menu and we'll just pick a line curve and we'll snap it with our grid snaps on, quad snaps, and we'll go from here to here. Right now, I'm going to make this so that it's not really going to be 100% parametric, but 99% of it will be parametric. But the size will have to change in a different way, and I'll show that at the very end, how to resize it very quickly, very easily to all different kinds of sizes. So it's not a real big deal for this one to be parametric. As you can tell, the shank on the bottom is straight across, so it'll be very easy to resize. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that, and then I'll pick on that curve and type in a rebuild. So I'll rebuild it. I'll go ahead and put 7 points on it. Degree 1, because it's a degree 1, so it only has 2 points, right? It's always 1 point above whatever degree is. So if you want a degree 3, you have to have at least 4 points. If you want a degree 2, you have to have at least 3 points. It'll always be one higher than the degree. So we'll go ahead and just hit OK on that, and then I'll go and turn on my points right away. And I will select, we have our center one here, right? But we're going to take the one next to it on the outside and the one outside of it, and now we can go ahead and manipulate those wherever we want them. I'll just say something like this, and then I'll rotate them out something like that, right? And then I'll go ahead and select this one right here and this one here, and we'll drag those in just a little bit too, and then we'll rotate them the opposite direction of the ones that we just rotated, the other side, so we get something like this going on. So it goes like this, right? Kind of looks hinky from the top here, but once we get going, you'll see that it's going to be fine, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is just go ahead and go to our curve from two views, awesome command, and this one is parametric, so we can go ahead and manipulate it many times after we get it all set up as well. But you want to be careful, but we'll just go ahead and click on that. We'll click on our curve at the bottom there, and then click on this one, and we get this here. I'll go ahead and right click to accept that. Now, of course, we have this going down here, and as we saw earlier, that this shank goes straight across. So what we're going to do is keep it parametric as much as possible before we have to break it or make it a little bit more unparametric, I guess. So we're going to grab that, and we're going to go to trim. Parametric right here, and then it does it at the bottom, right? Let's go to all viewports so you can see it better. It does it through the bottom, so we need to take this point at a 0.75 and move it over here to the 0.25, and the 0.25 over to the 0.75, so it'll give us that top part of it, not the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll come over to our smart dynamic commands or our dynamic commands. And this trim smart, we'll just go ahead and type in a 0.75 here, and then we'll just go ahead and type in a 0.25 because it'll drop it down automatically to our next one, and then hit enter, and now we have the top part of it, and we'll just right click. I'm going to go ahead and bring back my ring rail because it disappeared when I did the curve from two views. I'll just go ahead and bring it back so we can kind of use it as a guide. So we'll click there and bring that ring rail back, right? Now, there's a lot of ways to do it. You could smart flow and do all that, but this just seems as easy. And I like the way that when we do the shank here at the bottom later on, the way that it kind of flows. I think the smart flow, well, I guess it's okay. It could be okay, depending on how you laid it out. But this is just as easy in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and we'll select this curve here. And first thing we'll do is go ahead and transform it, mirror it over to our other side so that we have two of them. Now you can see we're kind of getting the shape of the item. I'm going to change this one to red so I know which one is our smart flow and which one is our mirror. So as you can see, we're starting to get a little bit of the shape where it comes up, around, and over, right? So we're getting that shape together. Now, the nice thing about this, let's go to all our, since we did everything so far in parametric, if we want to come back in here and say, hey, I don't like the way that's laid out. I think these are too long. All right, so I can go in here, select this one here, and then bump them back out a little bit so it gives me different shapes, right? And it thins that one down a little. So you can go in there and change these up however you see is best, and you can get whatever kind of flow that you're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and move this back out just a little. There we go, something like that. And then I'll go ahead and move these here just a little, something like this here, so it's more even. And we can do that, right? Now, if you want them exactly like this one looks like it's a little bit further, it's not exactly like this one, we can always go to our line, right? And we can select these 2 points. And once we select our objects to align, press enter. And then we can go to top or bottom. We'll just go to top, and then we can align those 2 curves up exactly the same. Now they are exactly lined up. We can do the same thing to these 2. Click these, right click, go down here, and we'll do bottom this time, and we'll line those up like that. But so you can really, if you want to go in there and get exactly, you could put points out there, or a line on one side and snap it to that line, and then mirror it over so you get exactly the same size on both sides if that's what you want. So let's just go ahead and do that just so I can show it. Let's see, let's put our grid snaps on, and we'll just do 1, 2, 3. We'll go 3, and then we'll just draw a line out there, and then we'll just take this and we'll mirror it over to our other side. In our X direction, not our Y, and we'll take that. So now we can select those 2 stones, go down here, right click in our command line, hit align, go to top, and we can just snap it right there to that line. And we can select these 2 here, right click, and go to bottom and snap those to that line there. So now it's exactly the same size, right? So you could manipulate those all day long if you wanted to. Yeah, and you could also, let's see, this one here is on the inside, this one here, maybe bring these in just a little, something like that. There's a lot of manipulation you could do. I'm not going to go ahead and keep doing that because you could do that all day long. So after you get it to kind of close to what you want or something like that, we want to go ahead and start getting a surface on it, right? So we'll go to surface, we'll go to we'll go to tools, we'll go to our profile placer, select our curve. We'll go ahead and do this one here first, the original one that we did curve from two views on, the yellow one. And we will select that. And I just like to work off the right side, so I'm going to drag it over to the right. And we do not want to use, see, we could take this and flip it in our X direction, I think it is, X direction, which would lay it out flat, but that would lay them all facing our X direction, and we don't want to do that. So we're just going to leave it at auto. We're just going to go ahead and grab that blue handle there and then spin it around and kind of line it up as close as possible to our plane there, right, so that it goes straight out. And we'll just go ahead, click on profile library, and we'll change to something that maybe a little bit more of what we're trying to do shape wise, and that'll be kind of like this one here. And we want this one, since it's going to be diamonds, right, this one I believe we're going to want to take a little bit smaller, so we'll take it to 2.2 for right now. We can always come back and manipulate it later. And then we'll take this one down to 2. No, not 2. 1.7 for right now, right? And then I'll just go ahead and mirror that over to my other side. And as you can see, it's coming out something like that. My rotate mirror, I'm just going to click on that one, turn it off, and it looks like it's pretty close. Kind of a little angle there, huh? So let's go ahead and let's turn off that mirror. Let's just go ahead and post another one over here on our own and get it lined up, make it easier. It's the same size as this one here, so it's no big deal to just plop one down there versus the mirror. The mirror looked like it had it going. You can't really alter it without altering this one, right? So we'll just plop one down there. And then right in here, we're going to go and plop one here. And now this one we have two because the diamonds disappear, or it looks like it goes into the shank right there, right? So it's going to be a little bit thinner than our original. But this one comes over the top. So this one we want a little heavy, taller, thicker, right? So first thing we're going to do is grab that blue line for our rotate, and let's see, where am I? Okay, we'll flip it around so that it goes straight up, and then we'll go in here and grab that handle and go ahead and drag it up to like a 2.5 for right now, something like that. And then we'll just go ahead and place one right in here as close to the center as we can get it. Right there. And the same thing, we're going to take this and drag that green around, and it's a 2.5 already. So we're just going to say that our diamonds are going to be thicker for right here, going across the middle there. And then we're going to go ahead in here and place another one right there as close as we can get it, and then again select the blue one and then flip it around so that it faces straight up. That green arrow, right, that green arrow is facing straight up, so it should be on our shank there, and everything should be to the normals of that line, right? So we got something like this, and to tell you the truth, let's just go ahead and do a sweep on it and see what it looks like. So let's go to our surface, parametric, sweep 1, and we'll grab that curve. We'll go from here to here to here to here to here, and we'll right click to get that surface and take a look at it. Okay, yep, looks okay, I guess. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn off those caps and everything. We don't really need them right now. And then right clicks to accept that, right? And since we have all this, I'm going to go ahead and let's see, we'll just turn off green for right now, and I'll go ahead and select this one. We'll need those. We'll keep those out there, but let's go ahead and change them to another color so we know which one's which. Oh well, those are yellow. That's okay. Well, we'll change them to, just so we can know which one's which, because we're going to be laying some more out there. So those are going with our yellow line, and actually let's just go ahead and put that on green as well. So those are all kind of set for this flow, right? Just to make it easier. Now what we can do is we want to go in here and add our next one, right? We can't just flip it. Let me turn that back on real quick. If we take it and we go ahead, transform and mirror it, it's going to lay everything out there exactly the same height and everything, right? So that's not really going, the mirror is not going to really do anything for us. We don't want to do that. So we're going to have to lay those back out, those profiles one more time. So we'll go to Tools. Let's turn off that green here now. Go to Profile Placer, and this time we'll select our red curve, and we'll just do the same thing that we did originally. We'll go ahead and then bring that one around so that it goes out like this. Go and switch our profile here. And I think we made this one somewhere around a 2 or something. Let's check it. Yeah, we got this. It's a little off. Try to get it as close, but you can always go back and manipulate it if you don't like the look of it, so it's no big deal. This one we're going to take it out to 2.5, right? So this one's going to go inside, and then this one here, let's see, we'll take it to a 2. So this one disappears inside our other one, right? And then we'll just come up here to this one here, and we'll plop one right here. And again, we'll go to that yellow, and we'll make sure that green's facing straight up, and it's going in the opposite direction, right? Let's see here. Is it? Looks like our yellow curve. Yeah, our yellow curve, yellow. All right, yeah, it's going in the right direction. It's going in the opposite of our green, right? And then we'll go in here and plop one right down here in the center. And again, go to our blue and drag that so it's facing straight up. Pretty easy so far. Oh, I just accidentally clicked off it. So I'm going to select one of those profiles, go back to edit so we can continue adding profiles, and we'll go here, and again we'll grab that blue and make sure that green arrow is facing as straight up as possible. But again, though, we can always manipulate those later, and it's going in the opposite direction. And then we'll go in here and grab that one and swing it around so that it's going in our right direction as well. And we'll just go ahead and right click to accept that. Now we'll go and we'll do that surface sweep one. We'll grab our red one there, and we'll just go and grab our yellow profile, yellow, yellow, and yellow, and we'll right click and we get this surface here. Before you go ahead and accept it, you can go ahead and check it to see what it is, and we put them all out at 2. So this original one was is wider, but this one was smaller, and then it got up to 2.5, right? So right now these tops are the same. I'm just going to go ahead and accept that, but we are going to go back in because we wanted to do a upsy downsy or whatever you want to call it, rotator in and out. So we'll just go ahead and here, click on this, and then we'll select this one, and we'll go to our height there, and we'll just drop that down to 2. We'll come over here, click on that one, and drop that one down to 2. And one more, we'll just grab this one here and drop that one down to a 2 as well. So now we have the over and under look going on, right? And you can adjust that however you feel you want. Maybe you want this one a little thinner or whatever. So you could always go back in there and grab that curve and then edit it to whatever thickness you want to. Maybe you wanted a 1.7, that you can go back in there and grab all those and make them whatever thickness you want. So there's all kind of editing and final manipulation that you can do to get it exactly the way you want it. So something like that. And you can see that our one is disappearing into here, but it's a little tight. So maybe we want to go in here and take that first profile that we put out there, right? And maybe go ahead and edit it a little thinner on this side and the other side. So we'll take this one down to a 1.9, so it's got some, it goes kind of just slides right in there. We'll come over here to this one here and slide that one down to 1.9 as well. So there's all kind of manipulation that you can do in order to get it the way you want it, right? So let's go back to our shaded mode. Now, again, since we have all those profiles, really, you probably want to try and get your curve as close as possible before you do any kind of other manipulation. But you can grab your profile, go back to your original curve, right? And you could still do more manipulation. Say you wanted these two to be out just a little bit more. Grab your 2D handle there, drag it. Let's before I do that, let's turn off grid snap so I get more smooth flow, something like that. So you can go in and manipulate that curve still, right? To get the shape or the look that you're really trying to go for, right? Any way you want. You can grab that one and do the 2D out just a little bit to change the look around. But as you can see, we're starting to lose those from going crisscrossing against each other, which, maybe not what you're wanting, right? So you could always, if you wanted to, go back and move those curves again so that you can get them crossing over in the centers of those. That one looks okay. This one here is a little off. We can drag that one, move it over a little bit. Go ahead, right click, and then grab one of those other ones there. Click on it, and then we'll go back here. Now that's hard to see there, so let's just go in here, and you can move those back onto those where they cross over, right? If you want to. I mean, it's really just personal preference how detailed you want to try and keep it. And we'll just go ahead and click on that. We'll grab one of these. We'll just go ahead and try and get it back as close as possible. Here, that one looks okay. This one here, drag that one so that it's going right across there. Grab that one, grab it so it's going right across there, and click. Right. So there's, however detailed you want to get it, but you're still getting the same kind of look, right? So there's all kind of manipulation you can do there. And I think I did, this one here with the surface. I'm going to go ahead and turn those off so that it's both open now, right? Okay. Yeah, there you go. There's pretty much the ring. The only thing you need to do is add the stones at this point. So let's go ahead and first we'll grab a gem and we'll go gem on ring rail, and it should slap our stone up there, and we'll just go ahead and drag that up something like that. And then I have a head I brought in from Matrix 9, a 4-prong head like this here. Let's cancel this. I need to when you open it up, go to if you have it in your collection, you want to add something, click on it and then go to import, not open, just import. And import will let you add it into your existing file, whereas open will close out this file and open a separate one, right? And that's not what we want. We want this file here. So we're going to go ahead and go to orient to gem. So we'll grab that, hit enter, put it there, and then enter, and there's our head. And now I'll just right click to accept it, and we can go in here and manipulate that gem so that our head is on top of our item there, right? Oh, I must have escaped. So let's go back to the gem, edit, and drop her down. There we go, and then we'll right click to accept it, and I'll just go ahead and select this in case we ever want to manipulate that more, and then hide it. Okay, so our gemstones will be coming around here, and they'll be going around here. I think everyone's pretty fine with doing this. We'll go gems on well, before we do the gems on rail, we need a rail. So let's go to our curves. Let's extract an ISO curve from this surface here. And we're going to drag it so that it disappears into our, yeah, there we go. Right, so where it disappears is in our 5.0, 5.0 right here. And I'll right click to accept that. We'll grab that curve and we'll just slap some gems on it here on our gem on the rail, right? And again, I like to work off the right side, so I'm going to take these and put them down to our bottom and grab that start position and grab it around there or something. Yeah, And then we can start to do all kind of manipulation with these. First thing, I'm just going to go ahead and accept this for right now, grab those, and we can go to our settings and prong placer, and it automatically throws those prongs out there. Height offset, we'll just kind of bump them up a little bit. And we can make them maybe a little bit thicker. Let's see, taper, prong thickness, diameter. Make them a little bit thicker there. So we have them at a, 0.54. So we'll go in here to our end prongs and we'll go in diameter. We'll just type in a 0.54 so that they're the same thickness, and maybe a little, yeah, that's okay. It looks fine. It gives it a little space there. Yeah, we could do something like that. Right, and I'm not sure, but maybe we can go ahead and mirror those over to our other side. So let's try, and there we go. But we can't mirror them because it goes like that, right? So we'll just click out of that. Let's go ahead and select those again. Let's try rotate from F4. Oh, let me show something here real quick. I'm not sure if it's Matrix 8 or what it is, but or if it's earlier. I just kind of noticed it the other day. If you go to rotate, copy yes. Oh, maybe it's not this command. There was a command there. But anyway, we'll rotate them from center. We'll hold down shift and then drag them over to this side here and then click and then right click off. And they're a little off, so it's probably not exactly because we just kind of eyeball those profiles, right? So we'll probably just want to go ahead and let's see, click on delete it. Let's select our stones and turn that on real quick. So we have it 9 at 0.07, so it's no big deal. We can just go ahead and click on this curve again. Go ahead and gems on ring rail. Drag that up. Drag this one on up. And we'll just, how many stones do we have there? 9.07. Okay, so we'll just click there and we'll go there, settings, prong placer, and it was a 0.54. So we'll just do it all over in our dynamic commands at this point, since we know what everything is already. Diameter prong, 0.54, enter, and then go back to our ends and change that diameter to a 0.54, and we kept everything else, I believe, the same. So everything should be lined up exactly the same. And you can do some final manipulation if you wanted to move those stones just a little bit. So maybe move them around. Yeah. Something like that, right? So now we have that ring pretty much taken care of. And if it comes around, goes around, and it looks pretty close. You could thin those out a little, depending on what you want. You probably want to do that before you lay those gems out there, though. So let's go back to shaded, because I'll kind of show you here. Where's our original curve? Did I get rid of it? Let's turn this. Oh yeah, I selected it here. So I'm going to take that one, change it back to yellow, and then go ahead and hide that gray, right? So we'll turn this back on, and what we want to thin that out a little. So let's see if it works. I think it'll mess up our gemstones there, but we'll try. Drag it in just a little. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So something like that, and we can grab that one and grab that one and maybe bring that in just a little bit too, so you can fine tune it once again to get it to where you want. And we'll say that's good, pretty close. And then from here, oh yeah, we need to do the sizing. That's right, I forgot about that. Sorry. I'll go ahead and hit escape to get rid of those points, right? Now, basically, really, we have this opening here, right? We don't need to Boolean any of this because we can do it very easily in another way, which I'll show you in a second here. We just need to get this piece here, right? So we'll go back to our surface. We'll go to sweep one. We'll select this one here, that out larger one, right? And the larger one there, and then hit enter. And now we have that shank, and it's got a nice little curvature going to it, so it blends in pretty good. And we'll go ahead and turn all this off, and then right click, right? And we'll go ahead and, well, we don't have to join it. If you want to put, we'll go ahead and select both those gems. If you want to go ahead and do your gem cutters, right? You can do that, cutters, gem cutters. You can set that up if you want. If you do the gem cutters, though, you'll have to Boolean that surface closed, make it one solid surface, right? I think it's open, right? And it's this one, and it's open. Let's go ahead and try that, because I was able to do cutting Boolean difference. This surface here, enter this, enter, and enter. Yeah, it did it. Yeah. And there's your cutouts. It's still an open surface though, right? But no big deal. We were able to do it. So at this point, you can just go ahead and hide your gemstones. Keep your prongs. Go ahead and get rid of those curves. We'll switch to cutting layer and just hide all those curves. We'll keep our ring rail out there. And we have our head there. The head's probably not going to be on there when you make the ring. So let's just go ahead and hide it. Might as well. I'll just put it back on my gemstones there. And let's turn off this green here. So now we have it pretty much laid out. We could close this surface, or we could join this one and this one together and then Boolean that one. There's a lot you could do there, but we're just going to go ahead and go to manufacturing, go to mesh repair, select all those objects there and go ahead and hit enter and just give it a few seconds for it to do its thing to make a mesh. So that we can do a size. So there's our mesh, right? And then we'll just go ahead and hit enter. And I'm going to go here to my super select, and I am going to select all poly surfaces. So it's select all my poly surfaces, I hope, and I'm just going to hide them. So now I should have, I'm going to move this just so I can see what's, okay, it's only there. Oh, I got to turn off that red one. So let's turn off that red. Now, like I said, there's our item. And to size it, the only thing we have to do really is go to tools, and we can go to our ring resizer parametric, right? So we have the original ring out here. At this point, let's go ahead and add the head back on here, because I think, I'm not sure, but I think it will be able to be updated with us with the ring resizer. Maybe we'll find out. So go to our ring resizer, and then we'll just select our entire item and we'll slap it into here, right? Please include all valid ring rail and in the selection. Oh, I have it on my coding here. So let's go to this mode here. So now I have that ring rail, right? So I'm going to go, we need a ring rail because that's what it's going to take everything from. We'll slap it in there. It took our head, so we should be good. And right now we know it's a size 7. So maybe we have a customer for a size 4 and a size 3, and we have a customer for a size 10 and 11, and we can just go ahead and ring resize. And there's all our rings right there. Boom. That quick, right? And then all you do is sprue everything up and get it going, and you're done. But that's how that works, and I think that's pretty close to our picture. Looks like it. Pretty easy, and you have a lot of manipulation to be able to play around with it even more. If you want this to be maybe more spread out, this to be a little bit smaller, or you can manipulate it all day long, right? So hopefully that helps, and if it does, please go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and thanks for watching. Good designing.